You take your daily vitamins, but your legs still feel weak. Your memory's slipping and your sleep is all over the place. Why after 60? A lot of people start taking all kinds of supplements, multivitamins, omega-3s, calcium, collagen. But despite doing everything right, following the doctor's advice, following what the ads say, your body still feels like it's slowing down. You're not alone. And you're not wrong for taking vitamins. But here's the truth. Taking the wrong type at the wrong time or in the wrong dose can actually make things worse, not better. A major study by the U.S. National Institute on Aging found that over 35% of Americans over 60 take at least 3 kinds of supplements daily. But nearly 1 in 4 of them are using them incorrectly, even taking types that may be harmful if used long-term. The scary part, most people have no idea because the damage builds up slowly and quietly. Some vitamins seem harmless, but if they build up in your system over the years, they can damage your liver, your nerves, or even raise your risk of stroke. Others don't get talked about much, but if your body lacks them, you might feel tired, anxious, sleepless, or mentally foggy without knowing why. In this video, I've pulled together insights from trusted studies to break down 4 vitamins people over 60 should avoid or only take with a doctor's approval. Because if you use them wrong, you're just wasting money or even risking your health. And 4 other vitamins that are genuinely worth taking every day, backed by research from Harvard, the Mayo Clinic, and other top medical institutions, because they directly support better sleep, heart health, memory, and immunity. And if you're thinking, I just take a daily multivitamin, that's got to be safe, right? Stick around till the end. There's one vitamin that seems harmless, but it's added to most multivitamins on the market. And taking too much of it every day can quietly damage your nervous system over time. If you're over 60 or caring for aging parents, the info in this video could help you avoid small mistakes that lead to long-term harm. Drop a comment with your age and the country you're watching from. That way I can tailor future content to fit your needs even better. And if you find this helpful, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel. All right, let's get started. Number 1. Calcium alone. Seems good for bones, but quietly builds up in your blood vessels. Older adults are often told, if you want strong bones, you need more calcium. That's not wrong, but it is a problem if you're only taking plain calcium supplements without 2 other critical nutrients, vitamin D3 and vitamin K2. Here's why. Without D3 and K2, calcium doesn't get into your bones, it can end up in the wrong places. And the wrong place is often your blood vessel walls. A study published in the British Medical Journal found that people over 60 who take high-dose calcium on its own have a higher risk of arterial calcification, kidney stones, stroke, and heart attack, especially if they're not also getting enough vitamin D3. That's because your body needs D3 to absorb calcium from the gut into the blood, and K2 to transport it from the blood into your bones. If either one is missing, calcium can just wander and settle where it shouldn't. Take Mrs. Susan, age 67. She was taking plain calcium every night for early-stage osteoporosis. After a year, she started dealing with regular constipation, bloating, and poor digestion. Her routine checkup revealed mild calcification in her carotid arteries. The cause: she'd been taking calcium alone, no D3, no K2. Once her doctor switched her to a combined formula, her symptoms improved. On top of the risks to your arteries, calcium on its own can cause constipation gas and even block the absorption of other minerals like magnesium or zinc when taken long-term. So what's the better approach if you need calcium? Look for one that includes both D3 and K2, or even better, get it from food sources: yogurt, sardines, dark leafy greens, almonds. These are easier for the body to use and less likely to build up in the wrong places. Yes, calcium is important, but what matters most is where it ends up in your body. After 60, don't let the wrong supplement quietly harden your arteries without you even knowing. Number 2. Iron, meant to boost blood, but can turn toxic. After 60 sounds familiar, right? Many people think as we age we're more likely to be anemic, so taking iron must be good. But the truth is, after 60, taking iron the wrong way can harm your liver, your heart, and even your brain. When we're younger, the body regulates iron levels pretty well. If there's too much, it gets rid of the excess. But after 60, especially in men and postmenopausal women, that natural regulation weakens. Why? Because they're no longer losing iron through monthly cycles. So if you're taking an iron supplement just in case your body could slowly build up too much, leading to something called iron overload, what most people don't realize is that iron is a double-edged sword. Too little and you feel tired and weak. But too much, it can cause liver inflammation, cell damage, increased risk of heart disease, stroke, and even Alzheimer's. According to the Cleveland Clinic, people with high blood ferritin, the marker of stored iron, are more likely to experience faster brain aging, memory decline, and have a 27% higher risk of heart disease. Take Mr. Ray, age 70. He was taking a multivitamin with 18 milligrams of iron every day because he'd read that seniors often lack iron. But after 6 months, his ferritin levels were more than double the normal range. His doctor told him to stop immediately. It took months for his iron levels to normalize. The issue is, this iron doesn't leave the body easily. It builds up silently, and the symptoms of iron overload can look like normal aging fatigue, headaches, forgetfulness, digestive issues, or mild joint pain. So people think they're still low on something and keep supplementing, not knowing they're making it worse. So does that mean older adults should never take iron? Not exactly. But you need to check first. If blood tests confirm anemia, low ferritin and hemoglobin, then supplementing the right way is helpful. But if your levels are normal, don't take iron just to be safe, and avoid multivitamins with iron unless your doctor tells you to. Iron is a trace mineral, small but powerful. And if used wrong, it doesn't help. It hurts. After 60, the smartest move isn't take more of everything, but only add what your body actually needs. Number 3, high-dose vitamin B6. Supposed to help your nerves, but might be hurting them. Instead, vitamin B6 is often seen as something good for your nerves. A lot of older adults are told it can boost immunity, help with energy, support the nervous system. Especially if you've got symptoms like tingling in your hands or feet, stiff shoulders, or you feel a little off balance, B6 is usually recommended as a nerve vitamin. But here's what most people don't know. If you take high doses of B6 every day for a long time, it can actually damage your nerves instead of helping them. According to the National Institutes of Health, taking more than 100 milligrams of B6 a day for several months can cause something called peripheral nerve damage. That can feel like tingling or numbness in your feet and hands, muscle weakness, shaky balance, or even a loss of feeling in your soles. The tricky part is, it happens slowly, and the signs are easy to confuse with aging or diabetes. So most people never think it's the vitamins causing it. There's a study in the journal Neurology that found this risk is real. Among people over 65 taking high doses of B6 without a real deficiency, the rate of nerve damage was 4 times higher than those not taking it. Let me give you a real example. Mr. Manuel, 74, was taking a B complex every morning, thinking it would help his nervous system. That one capsule had 100 milligrams of B6. After nearly a year, he started feeling a strange numbness in his feet at night. Going down the stairs became harder. His doctor ran a test, and guess what? His B6 level was twice the safe limit. He stopped taking it, and within 3 months, the feeling in his feet started to come back. Now, here's something important to understand. Vitamin B6 is already in a lot of common foods. If you eat fish, chicken, bananas, avocados, or potatoes, you're probably getting enough. A real deficiency is rare unless you have digestive issues or are taking certain medications. And even then, most people only need small doses under 10 milligrams a day. and only when a doctor says so. Many people think water-soluble vitamins like B6 are always safe because your body just pees out the extra. That's only half true. With high doses, B6 can still build up and quietly hurt your nerves. After 60 supplements should make your body feel better, not worse. So don't take something just to be safe. Take only what your body truly needs. Number 4. Vitamin A. Long believed to protect your vision, but may be quietly harming your health. Since we were kids, we've been told, eat your carrots, take fish oil. Vitamin A is good for your eyes. And yes, that used to be true, especially when we were younger and our eyes were still developing. But after age 60, that old advice can turn into a hidden risk. Are you taking vitamin A every day, thinking, the more I take the better for my eyes? If the answer is yes, and especially if you're taking the retinol form of vitamin A, commonly found in fish liver oil eye supplements or multivitamins, there's a good chance your body is building up something it no longer needs in large amounts. And the tricky part is, your body doesn't scream in pain when it gets too much. It just whispers with vague symptoms most people chalk up to aging. Did you know vitamin A comes in 2 forms? Beta-carotene, found in vegetables like carrots and sweet potatoes, is converted into vitamin A only when your body needs it. But retinol, found in many supplements, goes straight into your bloodstream. That sounds efficient, but it's also risky. Retinol is fat-soluble, which means your body doesn't flush it out daily. It builds up slowly in your liver and fat tissues, and if levels get too high, it can lead to chronic toxicity. You won't notice it in a week or even a month. But after 6 months to a year, you might start seeing signs like dry eyes, joint pain, constipation, dull headaches, or a poor appetite. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who took high doses of vitamin A had a significantly higher risk of osteoporosis and stroke, especially postmenopausal women. Take Mr. Peter, 72. He took an eye supplement every morning thinking it was helping his vision. But after 8 months, not only were his eyes no better, he had knee pain, lost his appetite, and wasn't sleeping well. His doctor ran a blood test and found his vitamin A level was twice the safe limit. He stopped taking it, and within a month, he felt significantly better. Here's what matters true. Vitamin A deficiency is rare in older adults, unless you have a chronic condition that affects absorption. If you eat normally dark leafy greens, eggs, liver, orange fruits, and vegetables, you're likely getting enough. And if you're unsure, get a proper blood test. Don't guess. So if you're taking retinol-based vitamin A daily, whether from eye pills, fish liver oil, or multivitamins, check the dose. Supporting your eyes is one thing, but protecting your whole body, your liver, joints, and heart matters even more. Vitamins are meant to help, but the wrong type or the wrong dose can leave you feeling more tired, more achy, and wondering why. On the other hand, some nutrients, when used the right way, can bring real visible results in just a few weeks: deeper sleep, better mood, less anxiety, and fewer joint aches. The important thing is many older adults are missing these beneficial nutrients without even realizing it because the symptoms are often brushed off as just part of getting old. So what are the vitamins and minerals people over 60 should be focusing on every day? Let's start with one that few people talk about, but that powers more than 300 vital reactions inside your body. Number 1, magnesium. The missing key for better sleep. Heart health and memory. Magnesium is one of the most essential minerals in the body, and yet it's one of the most overlooked. After age 60, your body's need for magnesium doesn't go down, but your ability to absorb it does, especially if you take antacids, diuretics, or don't eat enough leafy greens, nuts, or whole grains. So what happens when you don't get enough magnesium? You might notice restless sleep, unexplained anxiety, nighttime leg cramps, irregular heartbeat, forgetfulness, or sudden irritability. Sounds like stress or high blood pressure, right? Exactly. Because when your magnesium is low, your nervous system becomes overstimulated, your muscles stay tense, and it disrupts your insulin levels, blood pressure, and memory. A major study from the Framingham Heart Study published in 2021 found that older adults with low magnesium levels had a 30% higher risk of dementia compared to those with adequate levels. Another study in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society showed that the right dose of magnesium improved sleep and reduced muscle pain in older adults in just 4 weeks. But here's the important part: not all magnesium is the same. After 60, it's best to choose forms like magnesium glycinate citrate or malate, which are better absorbed and gentler on digestion. Avoid magnesium oxide. It's poorly absorbed and more likely to cause diarrhea. The recommended dosage usually falls between 250 to 400 ml per day, depending on your body and diet. It's best taken in the evening after a meal that includes a bit of fat, because when your body is relaxed, magnesium helps calm your nervous system and supports deep, natural sleep. Magnesium isn't a miracle drug. But if you're over 60 and dealing with sleep problems, anxiety, or long-lasting fatigue, adding this one mineral regularly could noticeably improve your quality of life without needing sleeping pills or sedatives. Number 2. Vitamin B12. Doesn't cause pain, but silently wears down your memory and balance. Vitamin B12 is one of the most important nutrients for your nervous system, and also one of the easiest to become deficient in after age 60. The reason usually isn't poor diet, but rather poor absorption. As we age, our ability to absorb B12 through the gut decreases significantly, especially if you take acid-reducing medications, have chronic gastritis, or certain metabolic conditions. B12 plays a key role in producing red blood cells, maintaining the myelin sheath around nerves, and generating energy for brain cells. When you're low on B12, you won't feel it right away. But after a few months, symptoms can start creeping in, things that often get blamed on aging: tingling in the feet or hands, muscle weakness, poor balance. When stepping off a curb, forgetting simple words, or just feeling drained all day despite sleeping well. A study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that nearly 20% of adults over 65 in the U.S. have mild to moderate B12 deficiency, and most of them go undiagnosed because the symptoms are subtle and often mistaken for normal aging. Take the story of Mrs. Louise, age 69. She began experiencing slight hand tremors, numb toes, and kept bumping into the edge of her bed even though her eyesight was fine. Her doctor ran tests and found her B12 level was half the minimum threshold. After 2 months of using a sublingual B12 supplement, the feeling in her feet returned. She could go grocery shopping again without needing a walker. That's why after 60, supplementing B12 is often necessary, especially if you eat little meat or fish, follow a vegetarian diet, or take medications that reduce stomach acid. The preferred form is methylcobalamin, the active, more absorbable type, taken as a tablet or sublingual lozenge. The typical dose starts around 2-4 micrograms per day, but may vary depending on your deficiency level. Here's the key: B12 deficiency doesn't cause pain. It doesn't cause fever. It won't make you fall today. But it can quietly make you more likely to fall, more forgetful, and slower to recover, and you might not realize it until the damage is done. So if you're over 60 and starting to feel a little off, maybe your memory's slipping, your balance isn't what it used to be, or your sleep is a bit restless, don't just assume it's normal aging. Check your B12 levels. Your body might simply be asking to get reconnected the right way. Number 3. Omega-3, a fat that doesn't make you gain weight, but can slow down aging. When people hear the word fat, especially older adults, the first reaction is usually worry. But omega-3 is a very different kind of fat, one that your body can't produce on its own. And when you don't get enough, your heart-brain vision and even your joints start to pay the price. Omega-3 is made up of 2 key components, EPA, and DHA found in fatty fish, like salmon, sardines, and mackerel. For younger people, eating fish a few times a week is usually enough. But after age 60, absorption slows down and your body becomes less efficient at converting it. So taking a pure omega-3 supplement daily is often a safer and more effective choice. Research backs this up. A major review of over 135,000 older adults, published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, found that people with higher blood levels of omega-3 had a 36% lower risk of early death. It also showed clear reductions in heart disease and cognitive decline. Omega-3 also helps reduce low-grade inflammation, something that's very common in older adults, especially those with diabetes, high blood pressure, joint pain, or high cholesterol. If you often feel joint stiffness when the weather changes, or sluggishness after a carb-heavy meal, that could be linked to chronic inflammation caused by low EPA and DHA levels. Let's look at Mr. Frank, age 71. His doctor warned him about a high risk of heart attack due to elevated cholesterol. Instead of overhauling his entire diet, he started taking 1,000 milliliters of purified omega-3 every day for 3 months. The result: his bad cholesterol dropped, his memory felt sharper, and he could take his morning walks again without feeling so winded. The recommended safe dose is usually 250 to 500 milliliters of EPA plus DHA per day, ideally taken with a main meal to improve absorption. Look for purified fish oil products that remove heavy metals and fishy odor. If you're vegetarian or vegan, alga oil is a clean and effective plant-based source. One small but important note: if you're taking blood thinners, check with your doctor before adding high doses of omega-3, since it also has a mild blood thinning effect. Omega-3 isn't some miracle anti-aging pill. But after 60, it acts like a healthy oil for the engine inside you, helping your body run more smoothly with fewer breakdowns and keeping you going strong for longer. And just like that, there's another vitamin 1 you won't feel short of right away. One that doesn't cause pain or clear symptoms at first, but when it's missing, your body slowly weakens bone by bone, heartbeat by heartbeat, and night after night of poor sleep. The surprising part: over 60% of older adults in the US are deficient in it without even knowing. It's a vitamin that sounds simple. We think we get it from sunlight, but it's actually one of the most common silent deficiencies after 60. And it's the missing link if you want strong bones, sharper memory, and an immune system that doesn't crash every winter. Number 4, vitamin D3. When sunshine isn't enough and your bones can't wait. Vitamin D3 is often called the sunshine vitamin because your skin can naturally produce it when exposed to sunlight. But after age 60, that ability drops sharply. Even if you're outside every morning, your skin may only produce 30 to 40% of what it used to when you were younger. The thing is, vitamin D3 doesn't just help your bones. It also plays a major role in immunity, brain function, mood, and balance. When older adults are low on D3, they may feel tired, weak, have back pain, trouble focusing, shallow sleep. And when they fall, they're more likely to break bones quickly and seriously. One major study involving more than 25,000 Americans and led by Harvard Medical School found that people with blood levels of vitamin D3 below 30 ms had a 24% higher risk of death from heart disease and a 31% higher risk of cognitive decline compared to those with healthy levels. Even more important, vitamin D3 is directly linked to calcium absorption. If you're taking calcium supplements without D3, your body can't properly use the calcium. It's like pouring concrete without water. It won't set right, and it'll crack over time. After age 60, the safest recommendation is to supplement with D3 daily, around 600 to 800 IU, taken with a meal that includes some fat for better absorption. If you don't get much sun, have chronic health conditions, or take medications that affect your liver, it's a good idea to check your blood D3 levels once or twice a year and adjust your dose as needed. And remember, look for vitamin D3 cholecalciferol, not D2. You won't feel D3 working overnight. But when it's missing, your body slowly loses strength. Your sleep gets lighter, your memory slips, and your bones quietly become more fragile without warning. Closing message. After 60, your body doesn't absorb nutrients the way it did at 30 or 40. And just taking a multivitamin isn't enough anymore. Some supplements that once helped can become a burden on your liver, your heart, or your nervous system if taken incorrectly. But the good news: some small, smart choices in what you do take can help you sleep better, ease daily aches, and stay mentally sharp for years to come. The most important thing isn't remembering every name or dosage. It's learning to ask the right questions before taking any supplement. Do I actually need this? What is my body missing? And is this right for my age, my medications, and my current health? Health after 60 isn't about pushing through discomfort. It's about understanding your body and making better choices. And sometimes, a few small changes are all it takes to feel better every day without relying on medications or feeling like you're on a slow decline. If you found this video helpful, please share it with a loved one, especially someone who takes vitamins daily but still feels tired. And if you're over 60, leave a comment with your age and country below. I'd love to know who's watching and tailor future topics to match your real-life health needs. Here's to staying healthy, staying true to your body, and staying strong and independent for years to come, without chasing quick fixes or mystery pills.